Rodeo Drive, the most expensive shopping street in America. It's named after a Black woman's ranch. She owned all of Beverly Hills, but she sold it for $4,000. Now, stay with me because I'm going to tell you her name and her ranch's name, and you're never going to hear Rodeo Drive the same way again. And that's not even the story. That's the appetizer. Because I looked into who actually founded Los Angeles, and Spain actually kept receipts. And almost nobody in that city, including the people who run it, knows whose land they're sitting on. So, let's go. September 4th, 1781. Spain wants a farm town in California to feed its outposts. Problem is, no respectable Spaniard will move there. Too remote, too hard. Apparently it was beneath them. So Spain recruits 11 families from northern Mexico, Sinaloa, Sonora. They were farmers. 44 people total. Los pobladores. Did I say that right? And because Spain ran a caste system, it recorded every settler's race in the founding documents. 26 of the 44 were of African descent, more than half. The founding population of Los Angeles, as we know it, was majority Black. Not folklore, not a theory, Spain's own paperwork, dated 1781, sitting in the archives. And understand what that means, right? Because this is the part that people get wrong in both directions. These weren't Black settlers passing through Mexico. They were Mexicans, Afro-Mexicans, families whose Mexican identity already had Africa inside it. The same as Vicente Guerrero, the Black president who'd go on to abolish Mexican slavery decades before Lincoln. Now, when I say Los Angeles was founded by Black people, and a Mexican Angelino says, no, it was founded by Mexicans, we're describing the same 26 people, okay? Same families, one story. Remember that because somebody worked very hard to split it. And one more layer, the oldest one, of course. Spain built that pueblo next to Tongva villages, on Tongva land. The Tongva are still there. Still fighting for federal recognition, by the way, in 2026. Crazy. Now, watch what these families built, and watch what happened to every single one of them. 1793, Francisco Reyes, a Black man becomes the mayor of Los Angeles. The city's first Black mayor, Tom Bradley, took office in 1973. But that was 180 years after Francisco. And before Reyes ran the town, he held the land that became the San Fernando Valley. The valley, it was his, and it got taken over for a mission site. Maria Rita Valdez, granddaughter of two of the original founders, great-granddaughter of an enslaved African, was granted a ranch. And bear with me, I'm trying to pronounce this correctly. Rancho Rodeo de las Aguas, the gathering of the waters. 4,500 acres, cattle, water, the whole basin. She ran it herself for years. And every year she held an actual rodeo on the property, under a eucalyptus tree at what's now Pico and Robertson. Rancho Rodeo de las Aguas. Hold on to that name, okay? Because in 1852, armed raiders attacked the ranch. A shootout in Walnut Grove at what's now Benedict Canyon. 2 years later, she was done, and she sold $4,000 for Beverly Hills. And when the developers carved her land into a luxury city half a century later, they kept her ranch's name on the street that runs through it. Rodeo Drive is actually Rancho Rodeo de las Aguas. They kept the ranch's name. That's actually pretty cool. But unfortunately, they just lost the woman. Pio Pico, grandson of a woman the Spanish caste records listed as a mulatto, became the last governor of Mexican California. His name was on everything. Pico Boulevard, Pico Rivera, Pico Union. And how did the Black governor of California end his life? Unfortunately, an American moneylender took his fortune with a forged deed. The courts let it stand, and he died with almost nothing. You see the problem here? They kept the names. They took the land. Every street sign in that city is a receipt. And then they took the story, too. When California became American, the founding got whitened on purpose. Official history started the clock when the Anglos arrived. And here's the receipt that proves that the erasure was a choice and not an accident. It took until 1981 for activists to win a plaque in downtown LA, listing the founders' races from Spain's own records. People fought against that plaque. Grown adults. In the 20th century, fighting to keep a list of names off a wall. You don't fight that hard against something false. You fight that hard against something true. So now bring it to today, right now. Federal agents are running raids through Los Angeles, a city founded by Mexicans, telling Mexican families that they don't belong there. And then Black Angelenos get treated like recent arrivals to somebody else's coast. Two communities told two different versions of the same lie about the same 44 people. That's not sloppy history, that's strategy. You can't run the whole go back to where you came from in a city where the founding census says that they never left, unless you bury the census. One inheritance split into two grievances, so neither community claims the whole thing. Los Angeles was founded by Mexican families on Tongva land. Every word of that sentence is documented, and every word of that sentence is a problem for somebody, which is exactly how you know it's true.